of our course, Cloud Engineering course. So first of all, let me know if you hear my voice clearly. So uh, if you
Yes, Saman, we can hear you.
okay, thank you. So before going ahead, so Irshad told us that a few students, 10 to 12 students more joined this session. So uh, please, if the new student, feel free to share your thoughts and feel free to share us that what's your name and a little about your education or work background, and also why do you want to learn cloud engineering. So I'm not pretty sure which students are new. So if I can see anyone voluntary will want to introduce. Yeah, Shahid
Yeah,
Junaid.
can I start?
Yeah, yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Mohammed Junaid Shahid. So I've been in. First of all, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be a part of this training. I have experience in technical support. My last designation was operations and maintenance engineer. So why I want to move to cloud, because in this era, every company is going cloud. All the data is in the cloud, so it's better to stay updated, to have the state of the art technology, grasp on the state of the art technology, and so that's why I want to get into cloud, uh, get good skills, so which I can implement.
Thank you, Junaid. Irshad, would you like to say some words with the new students?
Sure, no problem. Very good morning, all of you. Some of you may not know me. Last week, I did had a detailed introduction of mine. By the way, I'm really and truly thrilled to be working together with all of you, new as well as the old joinees, and welcome you this very important class of Genai, which will definitely shape your career. To get you started, let me say a few words about myself. Well, my name is Irshad Muhammad. I'm working as a director in one of the company. Well, I'm also working as a head of artificial intelligence and machine learning practice. Now, I'm a co-founder of Genai Training.com, Genai Academy, as well as DataSphere Global Consulting. So, since technology is becoming a human by design, and all the individuals or students, those prepare now will win the future. So, the purpose is to get you started right now, because technology is really coming. The technology wave is really coming very hard, and it will blow a lot of other areas into the same winds, where the winds blows, right? So AI is not the only latest and greatest technology. Is machine learning, generative AI, uh, uh, diagnostics, healthcare, all these new technologies based on artificial intelligence is very important and key for you guys. Yeah. As I said last week as well, AI is not taking over the world. People who use AI will definitely take over. So the main purpose to get you enrolled in this class is you can use artificial intelligence to improve your life and your career. Important, your life as well as your career. And we have already had more than hundreds students globally attending these boot camps. It is just 8 to 10 weeks. You will take away with the knowledge of start implementing the use of artificial intelligence, particularly prompt engineering, which I believe every one of you, everyone who is linked with the technology, or everyone in a normal life should learn how to communicate to the machine. That's a prompt engineering. That's a core subject or essential subject, which we are launching very soon. But that we can start with where we host and where we can use these tools, which is cloud engineering. So this is a very important class, and which not only get you started with the foundation layer, but it also get you understanding of how can you use of artificial intelligence in your everyday life, including tools like Chat GPT, you might heard, prompt engineering, Gemini, Cloudy 3.5, and many more. Okay, so I can tell you that you will have 2 to 3 hours of your time with this class or automation or Chat GPT or what you called it, Genai. You can really improve your productivity. You can improve your chance of getting a job very, very high. And next few months, things will be definitely will be more favorable to you if you understood all this latest greatest technology and where we are going headed with that. So with having said that, Suman is a trainer. He's very expert on cloud, as well as he is having a hands-on practice in few projects in healthcare. Along with the Suman, we have Osama. Osama is practitioner. He has been doing a lot of architecture work, particularly on clouds, Azure as well as AWS. So he will be giving back support to Suman. We have Mahanur. She is a tutor or facilitator, I would say. She is having her MPhil degree from one of the prestigious university in Pakistan, and she will be getting hands and support to Osama and Suman. So this is the team. Muskan is there for helping you out. She will be enrolling you, or if you need any assignments or any legislative work, she will be there for you to help you out. Okay. Myself, I just come today to introduce to you with the team and with the new joining. So you guys can sit together and spend your 3 hours in a very fruitful and very positive manner to get something out of it. We all we all should have done better. If we did not, we all have time to spend these 3 hours in fruitful and in very positive manner, because we are sparing this time from our happiness, maybe from barbecue or from visiting or vacations. It's a summertime. We all taking this pain to get something. So I would really encourage all of you to focus and to understand this 3 hour class. If you, any one of you, do not understand anything, please reach out to the management of this team, which is Suman, Osama, myself, Muskan, or Mahadu. Uh, Having said that, I think if new joiner can say a few words, that would be great. Suman, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rishad, for your words. Before going ahead, first of all, let me introduce myself to the new joiners. My name is Suman, and I will be your instructor for this course at Gen AI. And I am certified AWS cloud practitioner, and I have been working as a cloud and security engineer for the past 2 years. And my expertise spans across cloud computing, cloud security, Linux administration, databases, and networking. Throughout my career, I have worked with several organizations and inclined in the healthcare sectors, including Epic Soft Technologies, Synthesis Health, and Northwest Solutions. And in addition to my professional experience, I have gained practical knowledge of various cloud platforms, including Microsoft Azure and AWS. So I look forward to share my knowledge and help you understand cloud engineering better. So we have already taken the introduction of Junaid. So let's have a quick introduction with more new joiners, and then we can start our lecture. So who will be next? Anwar, can you hear us?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
yeah. So go ahead.
Thank you, Suman, and everyone, Shazwai also. Yes, my name is Yasser Anwar. I have already experience with the database administration and data engineering. Come from a background with a lot of experience on that. I joined the earlier cloud class, but I joined it halfway. So I'm here to learn from the beginning and sharpen my skills more on the cloud side. I do have already some experience on the cloud, but wanted to learn more in depth. So that's why I'm here.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you,
just to
Anwar.
want to add a few things. I'm sorry, Suman, interrupting you. Just want to add a few things. Yasser is not a student. He's not a student. He's a mentor. He is having a 15-year experience. He wanted to upgrade his knowledge by teaching, by motivating, by mentoring you guys, particularly in the area of Genai. So he's also learning. He's also using. He's been in the IT industry almost 15, 16 years now. So he might be teaching one of the class prompt engineering soon, sooner or later. So he's very senior, and uh, he's part of this team quite longer now, and he's giving us a lot of good support here. Thank you, Yasser, for joining. I really appreciate your time here.
Thanks,
Uh,
Ashwin.
Thank you, Yasir. So, who will be the next? Um, any new joiner, please? Feel free to introduce us. Feel free to speak some words with us.
Can I start?
Okay. Uh, hi, Ahmed.
Hi, Suman. Hi, everyone. Hi, Muhammad. Hi, everyone. My name is Ahmed. So I'm coming from background of full stack Java developer. I have experience, several years of experience in that, and I'm here to learn cloud technologies because I see they are in a lot. There is a lot of demand in these skills, like in the market.
Okay. Thank you, Ahmed.
Suman,
So,
sorry to interrupt again. Ahmed has PhD. He's a doctor. He is a programmer in nature. He has been working in one of the French company in France. He recently moved to United States, and he has a bright career. He's doing a research project with me in healthcare. He would like to learn more about this cloud technology, and he's interested to learn Gen AI and all those things. Yeah, welcome, Ahmed. Yeah. Thanks for joining.
So thank you, Mr. Muhammad.
thanks for joining, Ahmed.
Thank you.
Uh, who's next? So,
Uh, I can ask Mirab. Mirab, good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Mirab is a new joiner, and she is heading toward her career, not her career, but journey toward education in the uni, and she is planning to look something good for her future. Uh, since she is not going to college right now, summer, so she would like to learn artificial intelligence and all those things. So, Mirab, would you like to say a few words about yourself? Mirab? All right, maybe she has some mic issues, so she can introduce a little bit later time. Shahir, can you introduce
Sorry,
yourself?
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Merab. Thank you for joining. Can you say a few words?
Yes, sorry for the technical difficulty. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Merab, and I'm about to be 18, and I recently just graduated high school, and I'm going to college, and I'm going to be majoring in health science to hopefully become a physician assistant. And I've always been, it was either computer science and artificial intelligence or health science for me. So I was always interested in um, artificial intelligence and IT and this kind of subject as well. So I can't wait to further expand my knowledge. And thank you so much for having me and for giving me this opportunity to learn more about it.
Awesome. Thank you, Merab. Appreciate very bright start, and definitely we'll try to shape your mind into this artificial intelligence. Welcome. Arusa Gul. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Thank you for joining.
Walaikum Salam. Walaikum Salam. I am Arusa Gul. I am new to this and want to work on my skills. I am really looking forward to it. I have done my MBA from Pakistan. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Arusa, and welcome. Welcome to the family. Yeah.
Thank you.
Tabir. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam.
Tabir, would you like to say a few words? To my knowledge, Tabir is also just a high school graduate, and she is looking for to spend some time into latest greatest technology, artificial intelligence. So she would like to explore and discover more on AI technology. Tabir, would you like to say a few words, if you don't mind?
Yeah, hi, I'm Sabir. So my dad, he majored in IT, and so it's always been like an interest for me too, because obviously it's an inspiration. So I wanted to also learn a few things about IT and artificial intelligence, and that's pretty much it. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you and welcome, Tabir. Tabir's father is one of my best friend, and he's a big businessman. Yeah, so but his background is IT, so he valued a lot about education. So he was interested to let Tabir to understand this latest technology, so she can use in her business or in her career. Welcome, Tabir. Yeah. We have Shahid Junaid, you already introduced. Thank you so much. I was very impressed with what you said already in the start of the class. Uh, we have Hashim. Hashim, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, sir. My name is Hashim, and I recently done my BA from Pakistan, and I am excited to learn new skills from Genai.
Perfect, Hashim. Hashim is also son of one of my old classmates. So he's very much excited to learn AI machine learning, and he has been doing some good work through his own skill to grab some projects from Fiber. So he's very excited. Yeah. So welcome, Hashim.
Welcome, Hashim.
I think Kashif, Fatma, Asif Iqbal, all been introduced, but I would like to say if a few of you guys can say a few just simple word, that would be good so other new joiners can understand who you are. I will start with Asif Iqbal.
Hi, sorry, sir, I missed you. What you said?
Just introduce in two-liner so
Yeah.
you so understand.
Sorry. Yeah. So my name is Asif Iqbal. I'm already in working in IT right now from almost a couple of years as a Linux engineer. I just wanted to bright up my more skills with the Genai. That's why I'm here and trying to get some more skills on AWS side and uh, cloud. That's pretty much me. Thank you.
Thank you, Asif. Thank you, Irshad. Asif Irshad.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, as I have told earlier, I am from Pakistan, Multan, and I have done my bachelor's in journalism. And yet I am running a small business. And in this course, I am interested so that if I may do some online work, accept my current business. And also I want that if I may make my business online that I am doing right now. So that's it.
All right.
Thank you, Asif. Thank you. Welcome, Fatma. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Irshad bhai. So I'm working as a Linux platform engineer. Currently, I'm in the IT industry from the past 2 years. So as we use AWS and GCP, cloud is widely used in our environment. So I just wanted to learn more about it and be more hands-on. So that's why I'm here. So thank you all.
Thank you, Fatma. Thank you, Fatma. Appreciate and thanks for welcoming and joining us here. Kashif.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
My name is Kashif Dhafar, and I am from Ohio, USA. So I have accounting background. So, and I also have 9 years of accounting experience. But while working with the accounting field, I realized like I'm more toward building things. So I talked to Irshad Bhai, so I found out genaitraining.com. So I talked to Irshad Bhai. So he told me like you should have a better career in IT field. So towards like Genai and cloud and data. So I take some classes and I have hands-on on AWS cloud. So I just wanna have more hands-on on AWS and more towards Azure cloud. So that's why I am here.
Thank you so much, Kashif. I appreciate. Yeah, Kashif is
Welcome.
our senior fellow. He has took a few classes already. Very excited to make his move toward technology. He has, even though he has accounting background, but he's very excited and he wanted to learn. And he showed a lot of dedication towards learning AI technology, Gen AI, cloud. So he's very excited student, yeah. And inshallah, he will succeed. He will be succeed, yeah. So we have Mamadou.
Yes, my name is Mamadou, and I am in the US. I have a bachelor degree in engineering, and I am right now I am attending ASU or Arizona State University for another bachelor in software engineering, and I'm trying to find an entry level. I'm not like you guys, but Alhamdulillah, I'm okay with what I have. And this is how I met my brother Mohammed in New Jersey. Just Allah direct me to him, and I hope he's going to help me to find an entry level somewhere over there. And I'm very interested in learning AI, and this is how I am with you here. And I hope I'm going to get something out of this course. Thank you.
Thank you, Mamadou. Thank you for joining. I know Mamadou is very busy. He has a lot of good educational background, but he would like to make his entry into IT or in any engineering job. So, inshallah, once he will understand few courses, definitely will help him out to get into IT industry uh, based on his education, based on his learning. Yeah. Shahid, last, I think you are the one left over.
Welcome. My name's Shahir. I recently got
We
my
can't hear you. Can you
bachelor's.
speak louder a little bit? Thank you.
Am I good now?
Yeah, better now. Thank you.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name's Shahir. I recently got my bachelor's in computer science from a school in New York. And I also got some recent exposure in AWS as well. So I'm in this class just to, learn more and enhance my skills and, just keep on learning about the newer tech.
Thank you so much, Shahir. I think we covered everybody. Akib, you are there. Would you like to say a few words? I think I missed out.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Akib Farooq. I am from Pakistan. I have completed my MBA. I have already experienced Genai training. And I have joined this course to develop AI skills. Thank you.
Thank you, Akib. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Okay, guys, just a quick last minute announcement. I don't want to take much time. We took almost 15 minutes on the introduction. We have a WhatsApp group. All of you are added. If any one of you do not have WhatsApp group, please reach out to Muskan or to me or to Manu and get you added. Second thing is you also had access to the folder where you have all the shared documents, recording, your slides deck are there, and reading materials there. Particularly if you missed out the last class, we touched upon basic understanding of cloud. So the new joiners, please feel free to discover or to go through or rewind back the recording last week and just go through the last 1 hour recording. That's very fruitful for you. But we are not, that far. We're just starting off, and so all of you I would like to say welcome you, and let's have started your excited journey with us. And Suman will take you there. And if you have any issues, please talk to Muskan or Suman and get things done. Okay. And I would like to say all of you welcome, and definitely will make every bit of efforts to get you where you would like to. And our purpose is to study, and our purpose is to learn. Okay, all of you youngsters, seniors, intermediate level, career level people, please don't hesitate anything to ask here. This is a platform where you don't have to hesitate. Okay. And everybody's voice will be here, and we are there for you. So consider this is like a family. Consider this is like we are the learning class. There's a round table. Just raise your hand and ask a question, ask your doubt during the class. This all senior people will help you to grab more knowledge. Whoever does not understand cloud, even though seniors, please try to focus on that and grab. This is a very important and key class to start off your career in AI, or to understand AI, which is the foundational layer, the cloud. Cloud is where we build AI. So that's why we are touching the cloud foundation. Okay. Suman is very excited, and he definitely walk you through. Suman, over to you, and thank you so much, everybody, joining for us.
Thank you, Rishad. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to this second session of the course. So, in the previous lesson, we have already covered the basics of information technology. And first, let me just wait a minute. So now can you see my pointer, right? So in the previous lesson, we have already covered the basics of information technology. We also covered the
Suman,
history
we
and
can't see your screen.
uh,
Can you re-share?
okay, so nobody can see my screen.
No, I don't
Okay.
see.
We can't see someone.
Okay,
Nobody.
I'm resharing it. No worries.
No.
Thank you, Suman. Yeah.
Thank you,
So,
Suman. Now
okay,
we can see it.
all right. Yeah, I was discussing the recap of our previous lecture. We covered the basics of information technology. We covered the cloud fundamentals. We covered what is cloud and why cloud is important. We discussed the differences between data centers, traditional data centers, and the cloud. We covered the delivery models, deployment models, advantages of cloud. We took an overview of AWS global infrastructure, and then we had an interaction with AWS console. So yeah, this was the mostly introduction session because it was the first session. So I'm seeing that many Pakistani, especially Pakistani students, are facing the issue in making an AWS account. I think the issue is occurring on the payment section, because we do not have any control on this. Only solution is to open a sport ticket with AWS, and they will you can give them the time, or they will contact you on the given time and verify your account and payment method. So make sure that everyone has a AWS account, because this session is going to be a hands-on session. This we will discover the major AWS services, and we will have a hands-on on it. So previous lecture was mostly theoretical. So anybody will tell me briefly, just tell me what is cloud computing. So anyone who was in the previous lecture would want to tell us what is cloud computing? Anyone?
Suman, if I interrupt, we have a knowledge check quiz. If you can display that, so people get better
Uh,
input to you.
Okay, so for the knowledge check, I think I we have a quiz. I am sending a quiz in the chat. So I will give you 5 minutes, and if you you take the 5 minutes and solve the quiz, and then we will discuss the answers of the questions. All right. So I am sending you list and just giving you a 5 minutes. We won't take much time because we have already have so much to cover. Okay.
So new people, new students, you may not have answered those questions. There are 4 or 5 just knowledge check questions. Is not really a quiz or assignment. Uh, let's
Just
try by yourself and see if you can answer it. If not, it's okay because it's just a knowledge check. Yeah.
yeah, just take a 5 minutes and then we will discuss the answers. Ramzan Ali, yeah, sure. You raise your hand.
Assalamu alaikum. By Sumit, your screen is blank.
My
Laptop.
No, we can see that screen, Ramazan.
No, we can see it, Ramzan. Maybe there's an issue on your side.
Can you log off and log in back here, Ramadan?
Okay.
It will be fine. So all the guys knowledge check links is in your WhatsApp
Yeah.
group. Please click on that and try to
I
go
also
through.
sent in the chat session of this meeting. Please solve it and take 5 minutes and then we will discuss the answer. Or you just solve it and we can discuss the answer at the end of the session because we already have so much to cover. You just solve in your break time and then we can discuss the answers of that quick knowledge check.
That will be better, yes.
Yeah,
Without
because
wasting
we
time.
already have so much to cover today.
Sure.
Okay, so this is the second session content. In this session, we will discuss the major base services of AWS. First of all, we will have an overview of AWS command line. In the previous lecture, we discussed it, but we couldn't deep dive into it because of the time limit. So today we will discuss the overview of CLI. We will have a hands-on on it, and then we will discover the major AWS service, IAM, Identity and Access Management. We will have an overview of simple storage service, which is known as AWS S3, and then the most famous service of AWS, EC2, the cloud, Elastic Cloud Compute. So, and we will also have a hands-on lab of all these topics. So first of all, we will start with the AWS CLI. AWS CLI stands for Command Line Interface. So think of it as a tool that lets you communicate to all AWS services using text commands instead of going to your AWS console, clicking around every time. You can just type the commands and do the same task within just few seconds. So it is like the backdoor to access and control your AWS directly and quickly. In AWS command line, you can write scripts to automate the task. If I give you example, for example, you can create a script to start a server, a EC2 server. You can create a script to upload a file and back up a database, all with a few lines of commands. So in simple words, AWS CLI is a command line tool to access your AWS account or all the services. All right, so it is available. We have to install that tool, and this tool is available for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. And it is a lightweight tool. Once we install it, we configure our AWS account, and then we can write the commands to control AWS environment. uh, so why we use AWS CLI? With AWS CLI, as I mentioned, we can manage different services like storage, virtual servers, and more, and all from one place just using command. You don't have to visit and click around AWS console every time. So you can write scripts to automate your tasks. For example, you can write to script to automatically backup data from S3 bucket to another bucket every day. I will in the hands-on lab, I will show you how can you access your bucket, and we will also cover the bucket in next slides. So yeah, and you can write scripts to automatically start and stop your virtual computer anytime at any specific time. So last but not least, it helps you save time and effort by allowing you to perform tasks quickly without going through AWS website, just like a back door. So uh, most of the theory of this topic is almost clear. So I will show you how you can install and configure using AWS CLI, and then I will show you some command format. But first, let me show you how you can install it. Uh, Let me share my entire screen. Can you see my screen, entire screen?
Yes, Saman, we
Yes,
can
okay.
see.
Thank you for
Yes, yes,
confirming.
yes, yes.
So I open a command prompt. So if I type CLI commands, okay, actually my AWS CLI is uh, already installed. So let me quickly uninstall it so I can reinstall it. Uh, yeah, this is the Azure CLI is already, you can see this is the Azure CLI. And if I type AWS, you can see AWS command line. I will just jump. Okay. Till then, I will show you how can you download CLI. Just type download AWS CLI. Uh, you can go to the main. I will share you the link of this and all the documentation in the group. But I'm showing you, and you will download if you are using Linux and I'm using the Windows. So I will download the Windows. You can see it is in download. Okay, it is just 40 MB. So your CLI has been uninstalled. Let me make sure it. Okay, AWS CLI. You can see AWS is not recognized. So right now CLI is not installed. I will install it. Just click, and we will go with the default settings. Just a few clicks and then you it is uninstalled. Okay, if now I go to the command prompt, You see, yeah, AWS is now installed. We can check the version. Yeah, you can see AWS is installed and version 2.17.9. I will share with you a command cheat list. So cheat sheet where you can go through all the required commands. But now let's discuss the first of all, before using, we have to configure it. We have to attach our AWS account with it. So the command is AWS configure. Don't worry about the commands. I will share with you all the command list. First of all, I need AWS access key ID, and we can get this credential from our AWS console. So for that, I have to go into my AWS IAM identity management. And don't worry, I will explore this service in the next slides. I will show you again how you can set up a user and how can you apply policies, all that stuff. But right now, I have already set up the users. So I'm just taking my required key ID from IAM. I will go to the IAM and then I will select the user. You can see we have already created and set up the users. We will go through it in the next slides. So in this, you can see I can create my access key. I'm just use it for command line. It is asking me why you need this, so I'm telling it for the command line. This is a tag. It is an optional. I can add tag. It tags help us in the billing or and for the monitoring. I will cover the tag in next slides in the detail. So you can see I have got my access key and my secret key. I can export this in my CSV so I don't lose this keys. So I will give my access key here and I will give my secret key here. Okay, it is asking of me for the region, but I can use any region. So I will prefer the default region, which is US East 1 North Virginia. It is asking me for format. By default, it use JSON format. So I press enter. Done. So my CLI, AWS CLI has been configured. I can make sure by running a command. I show you IAM. So IAM is just identity tool where all the users and groups are present. I just type a sample command IAM and list users. It will list all the users that are present in my IAM. You can
Yeah,
see.
Suman, sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you. Do people understand what AWS CLI? I think when you're going very fast, and I would like to make every one of this class to know what is AWS CLI and are they are catching up things or not, because this is very important tool for you to install in your laptop. We have complete documentation, Word document, which will give you step-to-step guide, but understand what is AWS CLI, why Suman is focusing on AWS CLI. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask right now to Suman to make sure you know what's going on. I don't want people to just get, oh, so this black screen make you, oh, this is coding, this is something. So just get the clarity. This is a tool to log into your AWS account. There are two tools. One is admin console. When you set up your AWS subscription with Amazon, they had send you a 13-digit ID with your username and password, and you log in. That is your admin console. Sorry, Suman, I'm just taking a little bit time because there are 8 to 10 new students are in the class. So they had no idea about admin console, which we discussed last week. So there are two interfaces. One is admin console and one is AWS CLI. So Suman is going through AWS CLI, which is the backend login to cloud. Okay. So if you have any question, please raise hand and get the clarity. Otherwise, Suman is going good. And I just want to make sure all of you are not out of this sync. This is the beginning of the class. So if you have installed this AWS CLI and understand the command structure, you will be in a good shape. Otherwise, you will feel bored and you will oh, this is something that's terrible. So please don't fall into that trap. This is the tool you need to work on it. So that tool you should be understanding and you should be installing it. Okay, feel free to raise your hand, feel free to ask question to Suman, and if he's going fast, make him slow. Okay, thank you, Suman. Yeah.
Thank you, Shalbhai. Actually, if you for the beginners using the portal, AWS portal is totally fine, but we should have a theory or at least concept of what is AWS CLI. If you are going to uh, pass a certification, even a beginner certification, they will ask questions about AWS CLI. So that's why we are covering it. We are giving you a overview of AWS CLI. You don't have to learn the commands. Nobody learned commands. I have been working with Linux administration for years. Still, I don't even remember some commands. So we already have a cheat sheet. We can consult Google and we can perform all the tasks with the portal. But it is the fast way. It is a quick way to access and doing all that stuff on the cloud just using commands. So you can see I just type a command of list user and it listed me all the user. Like I have a Suman user, I have a Arch user, I have a Genai admin user. So instead of going there, then going to the IAM and then to the users, and then doing all this step, I just write a single line command and I got all the essential detail. So that was the major concept of AWS CLI. If I go back to the slides, I will show you how the syntax of the command look like.
Suman,
So
are you full screen or sharing? Because seems like your screen is very small to me. I'm not sure with others. Oh, you're in the presenting mode.
okay, let me.
I think you're. Maybe my eyesight is weak, so if it's okay, then it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, much better, much better. Thank you, thank you, Suman. Thank you.
All right. So here we will discuss the syntax of the command, or you can say the command format. Each command we use in AWS CLI uses a specific structure or format to tell AWS what you want to do, which is called AWS command format. So when you type a command, it always start with AWS. You can see in my CMD, I typed AWS, configure AWS CLI. I was always starting with the AWS. So after typing AWS, you specify the service you want to interact with. So I showed you I interacted with the IAM. So I typed IAM, and after that so till now you got the point. First we write the AWS and then we write the command, and after that command we write the sub command, which is the operation. We tells the AWS what action we want to perform. So for example, if we are working with S3, S3 is a storage service. You might want to list all the data. So I can write command AWS S3 and list. And this is the example. In this the above examples, you can see we are using AWS EC2 describe instance. When we hit the enter, it send request to Amazon EC2 and ask all the details about the EC2 instance we have. We will cover EC2 in the next slide. EC2 is just like a computer in the cloud. So you can see in this command, I just follow the basic structure. I write the AWS, then I write the name of the service, I write EC2, and then I write the operation. I want AWS to describe all the instances, and this command will show me all the AWS instances I have. So you can see I get the response of this. Actually, it is showing me that I do not. It is showing me I do not have any instance. Otherwise, it will show me the name, the IP, and all the details. So just keep in the mind that commands are started by the names like S3, EC2, etc. And the subcommands are the actions that we want to perform with CLI. Any student has any confusion about CLI, you can discuss with me. And when in the next slides, in the upcoming slide, when we will cover S3, EC2 in details, I will show you again the CLI, and I will give you a demo of how we can interact with different operations and different services. So anybody has confusion with CLI, you can ask me. Is it clear to you guys?
Yes, it's clear.
All right. So here, so you have already seen I was using IAM. So here I will discuss the IAM. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. It is a AWS service that helps you securely control access to your AWS accounts and resources. So you can see it is for the security. Oh, all right. So think of it like a security guard for your AWS environment. So this is a security guard that makes sure that only the right people can get it and do what they need to do. So IAM is a very important, so because it helps you manage who can access your resources and what they can do with them. So for example, if you have a team of developers, you might want to give them access to certain resources like databases and storage, but restrict access to billing information, finance information. So IAM lets you do this by creating users, assigning them to groups, and attaching policies that define their permissions. We will explore all the components of IAM in the next slides. So here in IAM, two concepts are very important: authentication and authorization. Uh, so if I tell you the major difference in the authentication and authentication, this is about verifying the identity of a person. Or so when someone tries to access your AWS environment, IAM check if they are who they say they are. So authentication is like who can access your AWS resource. And now the next concept, very important, authorization. So authorization determines what action an authenticated person can perform. For example, a developer might have permission to read and write the data, but do not have permission to delete it. So developer is not authorized to delete the data. Or a developer is authorized to uh, create a database, but it is not authorized to see the finance of the account. So is it clear to you guys the difference between authentication and authorization? Okay. So these are the major key components of IAM. In IAM, there are four components. These are the users, we have roles, we have groups, we have policy. We will explore each of these in detail. First of all, we have a user. I already showed you in my AWS IAM, I had 3 users. So user in IAM represent individual person that need to access your AWS environment. So think of user as an account that you create for someone who need to access your AWS. Each user has a unique username and set of credentials like a password or access key. I already show you access key. So you have password for the user and that they use to sign and perform tasks. So technically every user has a username that must be unique and passwords. So users are necessary because they help you manage access your AWS environment on an individual basis. I give you example, if we have a team of developers, each developer should have their own user account. So it also make it easier to track who did what action in AWS. So with the help of users, we can track back to specific users for all the action. So is it clear? Uh, Now we will discuss group. I already discussed you the user. A group in IAM is actually nothing but a collection of IAM users. We can add or remove users from group as needed. Actually, group allow you to manage permissions for multiple users at one rather than assigning permissions individually. Think of a group as a team or a department in any organization where all the members need similar access and similar permissions. So instead of setting permissions for each users one by one, we can assign permission to group and add all users in that specific group, and all the new users in that group will inherit those permissions. So if I give you an example scenario, you have 2 teams in your company, a development team and a finance team. You can create a developer groups and add a um, also create a finance group in IAM. So right now we have 2 groups, developers and finance. The developer groups might have permission to access EC2 servers, databases, and all the other techy resources. But the finance group might have permission to access billing information, finance reports, and budgets, etc. So you can understand why we use groups. So why we add users and classify users into different groups in IAM. Understand, guys? All right. So what is a policy in IAM? We have discovered users, we have discovered groups. Now we will have an overview of policy in IAM. Actually, a policy in IAM is a document that defines permissions. So it specifies what actions are allowed or denied on which resources. So think of policy as a set of rules that determine which users and group can and cannot do in your AWS environment. So once a policy is created, you can attach it to the either to user or a whole group. So when a policy is attached, the permission defined in policy are granted to the user or the group. So this make it easy to manage access controls, and you can manage all the access efficiently with the help of policy. If I give you an example, imagine a scenario, you have a team of data analysts. You know what is the role of data analyst? Data analysts need read-only access to databases. So we can create a read-only policy and attach it to the group called data analyst. So every user in the data analyst group won't be able to delete the data, but they can read the data and they can perform the actions. So yeah, so this is the basically main concept of IAM policy. It is a document that define permission, and it can be assigned to users, it can be assigned to groups. So it is essential for controlling access to your AWS resource. We have 2 type of policies. We have managed policies and we have inline policies. Managed policies are basically the pre-built policies, and since it is pre-built, so it is created by AWS, and you can attach these to the users and groups. So they are designed to cover all the common use cases, so it makes it user to assign permission without writing your own policy from the scratch. On the other hand, we also have inline policies. These are the custom policies that you create and add directly into your user or group. Inline policies are actually useful when you need highly specific permission that are not covered with the managed policies. But in most cases, most of our requirements are covered with managed policies. So I have been working for years, but I never use inline policy because most of my cases are already covered in the managed policy. Okay, so the concept of policy, do you have any confusion?
I
I
have a
have a
question.
question. I have a question.
So,
Sorry. Yes, you can
Yeah.
go ahead.
no, go ahead, Kash. It's okay. It may be the same question.
What is the job of data analyst? And the second question, what is the difference between authorization and authentication? Can you explain with the example so we can understand better?
Okay, for data analyst, actually, these are the engineers that performs actions on the data. They make the data useful for the organizations. So basically data, we have a large amount of data. So some of the data doesn't make any sense. So companies hire data analysts. So they make the data useful. They extract the useful information from the data and beautify it and make it presentable. So uh, most of the in cases data analysts do not need to add new data, so they are already provided with the data. So that's why I give you an example of data analyst here. So if we go back to, you ask the difference between here you ask the difference between authentication and authorization. Actually, authentication manage who can access your resources, and authorization what they can do with the resources. Actually, authentication, you can manage who can access your AWS account. So when you provide your username and password, AWS authenticated whether it is right credential or wrong credentials. So this process is called authentication. For example, when you make your let's suppose you make an account on Instagram, you provide your username, you provide your password. So you are when you are doing authentication, Instagram is seeing if you are the authenticate user to access your account. No, so now come to authorization. Authorization, as I give you an example of the data analyst. Data analyst can read the data, but they cannot delete the data. So data analysts are not authorized to perform that action. If I give you example of Instagram, you can you are when you entered your username and credentials, you got authenticated, but you cannot delete someone else picture. You can like the picture, but you are not authorized to delete someone else picture. So do you get the concept of authentication and authorization?
So authorization mean you are the developers who has all the access, and authentication like if you give someone limited access, like for
I can
particular resources.
I can add to the answer, Suman. Thank you so much for detailed answer. It's really good. Kashif, let me give you example. Authentication, authorization is the key concept basically. So authentication means, for example, you yourself authenticated to get somebody's house. So somebody open the door for you and then welcome you and then get you in the house. So they know, okay, Kashif they are expecting, or Kashif is friend of them. They called Kashif, they invited you at their home, and that they when you come in, the security guard look who you are, Kashif. Oh, Yeah, we are expecting Kashif at home or in our office. So the security guard will get you in by checking your, oh, is Kashif? Yeah, you're Kashif. You have your badge? Yes. So this is authentication. He is checking your identity. He is authenticating you, whether you are Kashif or not Irshad or somebody else. So that is called authentication. So whenever you log in, any any user, any user when try to access the resources in the AWS, the user has to get authenticated. Now that user can be data analyst, data engineer, cloud engineer, prompt engineer, and Linux administrator, any role. That's a role. That's a user. User can be anything. Can be cloud engineer, can be data engineer, can be any engineer. Okay, who using AWS resources. So he has to get authenticated first. Means identity. Who is he? That's why when someone will show you practical lab, the user, you will see the example. Authorization means, for example, we let you get into our house as a guest, but you are only allowed to be sitting in the living room or in the drawing room. You're not allowed to get into bedroom or in the bedroom, in the closets, all those other stuff. You are not allowed. So authorization means what are you allowed and what are you authorized to only do. You are not authorized means you can able to create EC2 instance, you can able to create S3 instance, but you are not allowed to create AWS Bedrock on the top of AWS cloud. So all these services which are you can spin it up, which you can build, which you can create, those are the authorization.
Got it. Thank you.
But Suman will make it more clear when he will show you the hands-on, because he is giving you the concept. It's a very good question, because it's not easy to explain. But Suman did really good job to explain to you, Kashif. Authentication authorization is a very key concept in IAM. So it's a very good question, but he will show you more when he will go to the hands-on lab. So keep in mind this all terminology. He's showing you the concept. So after this concept, he will show you how these concepts need to be used in the cloud. In few short, he has labs. He has labs for each concept. So he will show you hands-on, and then you can do hands-on in your laptop as well by next week or even today. Yeah. So data analyst is a role, is a job. A person can play a role. Okay, like singer role is to sing the song, or actor role is to act. The director role is to direct how to act. So everybody has role. So data analyst is one of the role. Like if you want to become a cloud person, so cloud engineering is a role. Linux administration is a role. Okay, all these are the roles, and we particularly the data is another landscape. So here we are learning cloud. So we are pretty much focusing more on the cloud engineering role or AI engineering role rather than the data. Data would be after you understand the cloud. But these are the roles. You can just use the words data analyst, data engineer, data architect, data analyzer, or whatever the name. These are the roles, and you will see how he show you user group, role, identity, policies. All these policies we are trying to get you into the cloud. So this is a very important concept. Yeah. I hope I answer your question, Kashif.
Yeah, got it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Kashif, Yasser, and Asif Iqbal has raised their hand. I think now good that starting discussion. Go ahead, Yasser.
Yes. So my question, Suman, is as you were teaching about the policy and groups and users. So as we can see, like we can assign the permissions to user level or group level or at the policy level. So my question is, what is the difference or advantages of assigning the permission at the policy level or the group level? Because I understand, like instead of users, you can assign it to a group, a whole group, and then you can do it through the policy also. So what are the advantages or disadvantages or better? Can you shed a little bit light on that?
Suman, you want me to answer that?
Sure, you answer, then I will answer too.
Yeah. So yes, sir, it's a good question. When you will see the hands-on lab, you will see the difference. User At user level, we always attach policy. Policy is basically an authorization, example of authorization. So for example, if you attach administrative policy, okay, that means you have full access. You have full access to subscribe or to create any kind of resources. But if let's say someone give you, you as a user, someone give you an access only or attach a policy which is only pertaining to all EC2 instances, it means you can only create EC2 instance. You cannot create any other services. Okay, so policy always attached to the user. Group always attached to the role. Okay, now group are multiple users. So when you get authenticated, let's say we have a group of 10 people. Okay, so all those users, we create a group. And then we attach a role to the group. When we attach the role to the group, okay, these are the data analysts, engineers, for example, 5 people, or these are the data engineer people, 5 people. So it's a create group, attach the policy. Now these 5 groups are data engineer. So it means they can only play around with the data resources. They cannot build EC2, they cannot build security groups, they cannot build infrastructure, they cannot build AI. So group is pertaining what your team is, what you're looking for, and how you can spin up your resources. That's in nutshell, but Suman can explain to you in more theoretical knowledge.
Actually, Shad, you are right, but I will like to elaborate. Actually, policy is just a document, is a like a JSON document that contains permissions and not permissions. Okay, so we assign this policy, we can assign it to the user, we can assign it also to a group. So actually, the roles that you are discussing, we attach the role with the services, but policy is just like a list of permissions. If we can either assign it to a user, or we can either assign it to a whole group. For example, if we create a group of developers, so if we assign a whole policy to that group, any user that will be added in this group will automatically have that policy.
Correct.
So
Correct. Agree. So policy will go into your user as well as the group. Yeah, agree.
all right,
But
so
you corrected me. I think I missed out that, and thanks for correction, Suman. So you're saying the role will be with the service, right?
yeah,
Okay.
that actually we will discuss in next slide. Role is basically we use when we want different services to communicate
Got
with
it.
each other.
I got it. Yeah, very good, very good. Thanks for correcting me. Yes, you are absolutely right. So role are basically for different services to interact each other. Like when we create the data pipelines, we have different services. S3 talking to Lambda, Lambda talking to QuickSight. So those pipeline basically you create a role, and then policies is still attached to those roles. Yes, agree. Thank you. Thank you. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
here I will discuss the role. So basically in AWS, roles are designed for having interaction between different AWS resources with other resources. So roles do not have long-term credentials like password or access key. Instead, roles are meant to be assumed for temporarily for a limited period of time. So actually, role is useful when AWS resources need permissions, actions on other resources. By using roles, we can avoid hard coding credentials like password in our resource, and we can grant temporary permissions, which enhance the security. Let me give you an example scenario. Let's suppose, imagine you have a application running on your cloud computer, EC2 server, okay, that need to read the data from another storage service, which is bucket, S3 bucket. So instead of storing passwords in a code, we can create a role and assign that role to the EC2, so it can automatically get the permission to S3. So you can see this is the EC2 instance. So we assigned it a temporary role to access S3 bucket. So in summary, roles is actually in IAM are designed to provide temporarily access to AWS resources, while policies defines what action are allowed or denied. So I hope this confusion is clear. If you have confusion, you can ask me, and we will also cover it in the hands-on lab. I will show you. But mostly we play around the policy, because policy is very important. It allows us that which user is admin user, which user is just a read user. So all kind of access is defined in policy. So I
Perfect, perfect. I think we are going so advanced. I think a lot of students might be shaking their head or scratching their head.
no worries. In the hands-on lab, just after
Yeah,
this slide, I will have hands-on lab, so I
correct.
will show
That
you
will be
what
much.
see.
Yes. You
Just
will
right
see
after,
all this user, everything will be very clear. Yeah,
yeah,
so much. Sorry.
just after this lab. Let me just cover this slide. This is IAM best practices. So IAM best practices are important. So for securing and ensuring the security of all your AWS environment, we should follow these best practices to reduce the risk and protect our AWS environment. So first of all, we will should have the principle of least privilege. So the principle of least privileges mean giving users the minimum permission they need to perform their tasks. So for example, if user only need to read the data from the storage, you shouldn't grant them permission to delete or modify the data. All right. So we should always assign the minimum privileges that a user is required. And the next practice we should always follow is to enable MFA. MFA means multi-factor authentication. We should always add an extra layer of security to our AWS account. With MFA, users need to provide an account password and plus a code from their smartphone app to access their account. So it adds an extra layer of security and make your account secure. So by the way, do you know enabling MFA can reduce the risk of unauthorized access up to 90%? Most of the accounts are always compromised when they do not have uh, the MFA enabled. Recently, our client faces this issue, and somebody from we don't know their exact location, but they compromised the Azure client account of our client, and and the intruder or hacker created up to 150 virtual machines. So when we try to investigate the process, Azure told us that MFA was not enabled. So someone using the CLI, using the backdoor, entered in our client's account and created those virtual machines and did Bitcoin mining. So yeah, enabling MFA is always important step. Next step, regular audit. So we should regularly reviews permission to ensure they are still appropriate over time. So by the way, with that time, users' roles and responsibility may change. So it might no longer need permission. So regular audit help you identify and remove unnecessary permissions. And the last, we should always rotate the credentials regularly. Regularly rotating security credentials such as password help reduce the risk of them being compromised. So AWS provide tools to automate the rotation of credentials and making them easier to maintain. Um, we should always keep changing the password with after a certain amount of time. So rotating means changing all those passwords. So these are some best practices of IAM that we should follow to secure our account. So let's explore IAM, and I will show you the users, the groups, the policy. So should I go ahead? Good. I think Asif has raised his hand. Do you have a question, Asif?
Yes, sir. I have two questions. Very basic. Uh, One about the managed policy and inline policies. I just
Okay.
wanted to know that who does create these policies? Like whose job is it to
Okay.
create this policy, or it is done by the
Okay.
or provided by the company? Beside that, as you created any user on with IAM, so
Mhm.
how you provide their credentials to them? Like once the user has been generated or created, so
Okay.
how you just provide those credential to the user
Okay.
to access the account? Thank
Okay.
you. And
Uh,
sorry, with the same question, how that user can access with the CLI to AWS once the user account has been generated? Thank you.
Okay, okay. So basically, there are two type of policy. One is managed policy and one is inline policy. Managed policies are created by Amazon already. AWS has already created 100,000 of policies, and they have uploaded that policy in IAM. We can select the policy up to our requirement. So but sometimes when we need advanced level of security, so we have also permission, we have also right to create our own policy using the JSON format. But as I mentioned before, most of our cases are already can be resolved by the already created policies. So that's why we mostly use managed policy. So what was your next question? Can you remind your next question? What was your next question?
Yes. So once the user has been provisioned on
Mhm.
IAM, so how
Mhm.
we provide the credentials to them, by email, by Teams, or how?
Yeah, I will give you. I'm going to give you demo of that in this lab. You will
Oh,
be okay.
yes, and the same question, like how we're going to change their password or credentials if needed. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
I will show you all this in this lab, and I will also answer your question. How can we connect CLI to that account,
Sure.
AWS account? Yeah.
But we don't create any policies by ourselves. It's the company who provide the policies to you.
The company, you mean AWS? AWS give us the list of thousand of policies, but we select the policy up to our requirements.
Up to company requirements, isn't?
Yeah, the company requirements. For example, some companies are very secure, so they give give very restricted access. So, for example, we have a developers in our company. They also use AWS services. So, company have some requirements that their developers do not have access to read, to delete the data, to create the resource. So we can apply policy up to our company requirements. So I will show you how you can apply the policy, and you will get overview of all these policies.
Thank you. And the company pays for these policies, yeah?
Uh, Actually, these policies are already provided by AWS, and it doesn't cost uh, any dollars for applying policy. It is already free. You can apply any policy up to your requirements.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, private companies can pay the developers to creating your custom policy, because it is not a very easy task. You have to know the understanding of JSON format. So yeah, all right, you understand my point?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, let me share my whole screen. Okay, can you see?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I will go to my AWS console. I will go very gradually so you can understand. So first of all, I will give you a brief tutorial of this console. This is called console or AWS console. So we have two ways to access AWS resources. You either using that console, that GUI graphic console, or using commands. So in the console, we have the option to select multiple AWS regions. Right now, I am in the used East 1 North Virginia region. I can go to any region. So here we can select the region, and these all are the actually these are the categories, and in each categories you will find the related services. For example, in the database category, you will find the options to create different resource. If I give to the machine learning, you will see all the services related to machine learning. You can see Amazon fraud detector detects online fraud using machine learning. So all these are the services. Amazon, if I show you the more, the AWS Panorama for vision application. So this is a very common tool, AI tool. Poly, this is used for turning your text into speech. So you can see, if I go to the compute, you can see we have option to create EC2. So similarly, if I go to the identity, I will have an security and identity. I will have option to access my service, which is called IaaS, managed access to your AWS resources using this service. So in this service, first I am having a dashboard. It always gives the recommendation what you need to follow. See, it is telling me to please add your multi-factor authentication because it is very necessary. And it is also showing me that do not log in with the root user. Whenever we create account, we get the root user. It is a very good practice to create another account and give that account all the policies that required. Do not use your root account for all the requirement. We basically use root account for the billing purposes mostly. So if you can see in IAM, I already have a one user group. I have 3 users. I have 22 roles and 19 policies. So first I will show you the users. I have 3 users. I have this one, last activity performed 60 days ago. I have this user and I have this user. I am currently logging with this user, and last activity performed 45 minutes ago. 45 minutes ago. So what was that activity? You can see I created a key, access key for my CLI. So I performed this activity 45 minutes ago. So if I go to the groups, I only have one group right now, and this is the group that we created 3 months ago. This is the admin access group. Here I have 2 users. Okay, so I can add multiple users. You can see I can also add this user. I only have this remaining user, so I can add this user into that group. I can add and then I will remove. You can see now I have 3 users. Okay, I am removing because I do not need to add it here. So now if I go back to the user, I will show you how can I create new user. I will click on that create user button. I just have to give new name. So username, it must be unique. Let's suppose I give him test gen AI. Test gen AI. This is my name. So if I click this button, then my user will have the access to AWS Management Console. Then my user can access this console. All right. So here your Asif was asking how to provide the password. Actually, there are 2 options to provide password. Either I can use the auto-generated password or I can use the custom password. So I can type my own password, or either I can use the auto-generated. I am using the auto-generated, and this, if I tick this option, user must create a new password when he signs in. When he sign in, AWS will ask him or her to change the password. So I will tick this option. It is a good recommended practice. Okay, so I have so now first step is I have set the somebody asked the Gen AI. Oh, oh sure. Shad bhai, you asked.
I would suggest if let people start their hands into the laptop, that would be great, because uh, we are going answer a question, but maybe my suspect, maybe some people might be confused, because so we start talking very advanced things, creating users, setting policies. This is really advanced. You will know only when you have a bunch of experience. And so we have 10 over students who are interested in AI class. So this is a cloud administration task we are doing. But if you can let people, uh, it's my humble request, Suman, let people start put their hands into their laptops, and you can guide them how to install AWS CLI, and then how to create a user, how to add a policy in the user. Because when they set up the AWS CLI, they need user, right?
Yes.
And then you help them to create their themselves on their laptop S3 bucket. Then ask them how to add some files into that bucket, and then you can pull the bucket from the AWS CLI. So I want this kind of lab work, so everybody can put hand on it. I don't want people just listen. They will be confused and they will lose the interest. So get them into their laptops. And I think maybe 2 or 3 people do not have AWS access. Rest everybody have AWS access account. Particularly people in US, I gone through their laptops, they have access. So let's start their hands on to the laptop. So I
Okay.
want to make this class very hands-on, I want to bring everybody into at least some basic understanding to give them this AWS CLI. Then they will feel this interested, and then they go home and they will work on it. If we just show them a lot of theory and discussions, though it's a good discussion for Asif, Yasir, for myself, you, because we are the advanced level. But we need to go a little bit down at the basic level, and to if we can able to manage to get all of the students have AWS installed and running to this class, and just adding few file in one of the bucket and pull that bucket into the AWS CLI, that would be more than enough.
Okay, so do you want me to give time to students now, or do you end of the lecture?
We are not completed lecture yet.
Yeah, no, we haven't completed. We will discuss IAM, then we will discuss S3 bucket, and then we will discuss EC2. So we have lot more to cover.
Yeah, I would suggest, because this is getting little bit theoretical. So I would suggest if you can just start AWS CLI, show them the concept. You already showed them the IA concept. Now you try to give them into the hands-on AWS CLI. Later on, you can go to the S3, because you need to create one S3 and put some files.
All right.
In a very beginning level.
Yeah,
Then,
just okay. I got your point. Just let me show you, give a overview of this IAM, and then I will let the students create their users, and I will also show them how to they can connect with the CLI, and then I will give time to students to perform on their own.
Okay. Okay.
So
we have 1 hour for 15 minutes. Can we do that in AWS CLI?
yeah, sure. Just give. Just I will show them. We'll complete this. Oh,
See, when you help them to get AWS CLI, that is the time you have them to create the user. That is
all
the
right.
time you have them to know whether they should create their own password or default password. They will ask you
All
questions.
right.
So walk them through. I mean, take them one step by step with them, if possible, or you want to give them the homework to go home and create the AWS CLI. That's up to you. So, this is my suggestion only. So I just want them to understand they are doing something.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Uh, just let me show. Okay, guys, you can.
Take your way. Yeah, take your way. Sorry, it was suggestion. Go ahead, please take your way.
So I will just completely. I will just complete this tutorial in couple of next minutes, and then I will give you a time to perform on your own, and I will be here to answer your queries or any issue that you are facing. Ahmed is asking. Ahmed is raising his hand. Go ahead, Ahmed. You have a question.
Yes, thank you so much. I already like learn a lot of things in these couple of minutes. I appreciate that. My question is the like I don't have yet a AWS account. Is it free? I don't think it's free to create account.
Uh, Actually, it is free to create an account. You just need a credit card, and it will $1 to $2 for the testing purpose. Amazon needs $1 to $2. So if you have this credit, you can create your free account.
Okay, so it's
Muskan,
called like
sorry, Ahmed. Oh, sorry, Ahmed. Muskan, does Ahmed is part of our WhatsApp group? Ahmed,
yes, I'm in
yeah.
the group of let me see.
So Ahmed,
Uh,
last night, Muskan sent a link to everybody. Please
uh-huh.
create your AWS subscription account, which is free of cost. Have
uh,
you read that message, Ahmed?
I am in Genai class. I mean,
No, Ahmed. This is Genai -107 hyphen cloud hyphen AI class
no,
group,
I'm not.
WhatsApp group.
I'm not in that group.
You are not in that group. Okay, so Muskan, can you add immediately? Sorry, Suman.
Yeah. Uh, all right, then I will show you quickly show you how you can set up your own user and how you can set up your CLI, and then I will give you time to perform that lab and ask me question. So I will take your 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes you will start performing this lab. All right. So uh, first of all, I will show you how as I show you in AWS CLI, first we have to configure a user in the CLI. So to configure that student, I will show you how I can create a new user in the CLI. I will first create a new user. I will sign a permission, and then I will connect that user to CLI, and then you will students perform. You have already seen how you can install CLI. Do you want to show me again?
No, 1 second, Suman. Guys, everybody, full team, open up your laptop, please. Open up your laptop and start installing AWS CLI. Okay.
Okay. So guys, let's open your laptop and install CLI. I am sending you the link to install
Yes.
CLI.
Yeah. Suman, get them work. You
Okay.
just guide them. Yeah. You if you can show them, that's fine. But if anybody have trouble, then you can show them on the same thing. Let them work on this. A lab work. It's instruction. The lecture is completed now. If they want to have 5 minute break, it's okay. Otherwise, this is a lab work. So lab work means they have to put their hands onto their laptops.
How many of you do not have AWS account?
Good question. Very good question. Guys, raise your hand and let someone knows.
One, let me check.
Put on the chat. You have, you don't have. There's a chat group. Please add your chat message. Yeah, Shahid, we added you. Thank you. Ahmad, you got added in the groups. Thank you, Muskan. Yeah. So please communicating on the group chat in the meet. If you have were not added in the WhatsApp group or in email or anything, if you're not receiving the communication, please let us know. Otherwise, can you guys tell us who you do not have the AWS account ready? I know Ahmed doesn't have it. Mamadou, you have it?
Yeah,
I
I do have
sent the
my
link
account.
in the group
I do
again.
have my account.
Yeah. So everybody have. Who do not have, can you raise the hand, please? Other than Ahmed. Okay, Ahmed Shahid does not have. Ahmed does not have. Good, understandable because you are new. Sorry, we'll guide you to get that one. Uh, uh, Muskan, can you create a link? Can you send a link for AWS subscription
Sir,
account,
I've
free account?
already sent the link into the group.
Good job. Thank you. Just now, right?
And this is the link for the free subscription of your AWS account.
Thank you. Thank you, Muskan.
The group his name is 107, I guess.
Yes.
I
Genai 107 hyphen cloud for
I
AI.
can't see it. I can see the 108. Right.
Uh,
So I will open up Fatima. I will open up the meet, so nobody should be waiting in the queue. Okay. So sorry for that inconvenience. I'll do that. Yeah. I see few people are in the queue. Okay. Asif Iqbal, Asif Irshad, Fatima, Mamadou, Shahid, Shahid, all raise the hand. Okay. Shahid, Tamir, Hashim, and Akib. You do not have the AWS account, I guess. Yeah. And Ahmed. Okay, I think Suman, so Ahmad, Tabir, Hashim, Akib, Shahid do not have the account, so they might not able to put hands on their laptop. So please exempt them for today's, and the rest you can continue.
I shared the link to download CLI tool in the chat and in the WhatsApp. So first of all, download this tool and let me know once this is installed, and then I will show you the next step of configuring that tool. Just when you to check if your tool is installed, just type AWS hyphen version. It will show you which version of AWS is installed. Sorry, I mistyped. All right. So this will tell you your AWS is installed. I am sharing this command in the chat. So please install your.
A lot of students don't know where to get the installable downloads. So share on the screen. You share the link.
I shared the link in the chat. So click on that link. This is the link, and just click on the Windows, or if you are using Mac, then install this package. So click on that link. Yeah, this
Perfect.
one.
Perfect. Good. So, guys, if you have any question, please raise. I don't want to interrupt Suman's because he has things in his mind. So I'm interrupting him to let him in a different direction. But if you're not understanding anything, please raise your hand or please talk to someone. Okay. I want everybody today to have AWS CLI installed in your laptop. Okay. If you have not done, you make sure you do it before you leave the class. Okay. So someone is guiding you and you can work on your hand on your laptop. If you need any help, please chat on the WhatsApp or raise hand to someone here.
Yeah, actually, I plan to cover the major and the major topics of AWS. But Shad bhai, you are right. I think we should take it a bit gradually and let the students have hands-on. So most of the students are not with a technical background. So we should not make them confused by showing all that complex topics. So
Thank you so much. Thank you for understanding. Yeah. I want everyone to be a little bit clear. Yeah. Ahmad, you got added already. Yeah.
Okay, I will add you in the group.
Excuse me?
Sabir Ali, Arusa, Marod, you guys are good?
I have a question.
Sure. Please ask it.
So I downloaded AWS CLI and I have a MacBook and I'm also on the console. So how do I check to see if I have it or what do I do to like
you
Good
can
question. Very good question. For Mac OS, you have little bit different steps. Okay. Suman, I think we need to put up the steps for Mac OS because I think Mac OS you need to create the virtual machine within the laptop.
all right. Yeah, we can create or we can create a virtual machine in the cloud. EC2 also provide instance for Mac.
No, AWS CLI to install any Mac OS, I think they need to do a little bit different steps. We need to put up the document. So, Mera, allow us today's class. We'll put up, Suman will put up the steps for you to build the AWS CLI, particularly on the Mac OS. I'm not sure. I didn't know that you have Mac OS. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Well, this is the in this link that I shared in the chat. There are two multiple ways to you can download for Windows or you can download for Mac OS. But you can give a try if you by clicking this button. So you also have a terminal in the Mac. But if you feel difficulty, then don't worry. I will share with you the detailed document of how to install in Mac.
For all other Windows machine, we have the documents. Can you guide Suman? It's
All
sitting
right.
in the portal.
Okay.
It's in the portal, our Google Drive, under
Yeah.
class notes, lab notes.
So this is the I'm sharing this link with you guys. I'm sharing it is this in WhatsApp, and I'm also sharing in the meeting chat. Uh, this is the detailed document of this is a detailed document of installing CLI.
If you open that documents, Suman.
All right.
See, this is the detailed document. So the link is there. You install the CLI and then follow these screenshots. People who are new to AWS, it's very handy for them. Yeah, here is the, once you installed it, you need to run a couple of, one command actually.
Yeah, AWS configure
No,
this
before
command.
that, before that, if you go up here,
Actually, AWS to check version. Yeah, we need
and
to check version.
then before that, there's one command. Step two. This is
This,
the one.
this is not necessary. AWS now works without it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Make sure
Just
that.
install and check the version by typing this command.
Okay,
I'm
good.
sharing this command in the chat. So once you have installed the AWS CLI, you can make it sure by running this command.
So guys, you are there already.
Yeah, I appreciate this method here because it make me do the thing and then I follow. I'm right at this checking the version though, and then I have the version right here. So I follow. Thank you.
Very good, very good. The reason is if we just sorry, Suman, if we leave them and ask them to do at home, then they will be calling us on the chat. So let them think and do right now in our absence, in our presence, sorry. So we can guide them. We can excuse for Yasir, Amna, sorry, Yasir, Fatima, Asif. They are seniors, so guys, just let us bring the other people on the same page. So if you have not done AWS CLI, please you can also make sure you have already installed this one. I think Kashif, Yasir, all done. Fatima, I think you already have that.
Yes, I already have that.
Perfect. Tabir is creating an account. I think she missed out. Arusa, you have you're okay.
Yes, sir, I'm doing this.
Perfect. Ahmed, you are okay now. You catch up the link.
Yes, yes, I'll catch up the link. I'm trying to install.
Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you.
Shahid, Junaid.
Yes, I'm creating the AWS account.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Tabir, yes, I'm still making the account. Thank you, Tabir. See, good point. If you can't, everybody cannot talk, right? So put on the chat channel whatever you're doing, so we will know that. Akib Chima, are you making account?
Yes, I can try.
Okay. It will be a little bit disturbance, Suman and Yasir and few of senior folks, but this is we have the platform set ready, and then they all will be doing their homework here. So it will interrupt in going this way. Suman, you can catch up some coffee or something. I know it's late for you.
No worries. I'm already having my tea.
Okay, good.
In the chat, I shared a link to download and install CLI for Mac users. It is a very straightforward process. I think one student was facing that issue. I think.
Yeah, Marab,
Mehrab,
if
yeah.
you can, if you can follow this link and try it, I think Suman.
Yeah, you just have to type these three commands in the terminal, so your CLI will be installed.
If you can just paste those commands here as well.
Yeah, just read the link.
Okay. So Merab, you can process it and let Suman knows if you have still need more help. These steps for people who has Mac OS, I mean Macintosh or Apple laptops, right? So
Yeah.
they're using different laptops. So Windows, HP, Dell, Toshiba, IBM, ThinkPad, all those Windows machines, the steps which is shown in the screen is good. You can follow that. So Asif had some question, right? Asif, you can keep your question a little bit in a while. So once Suman will show you IAM, he will walk you through those answer those questions. Yeah.
How do I get the AWS CLI on my console though? Because I already have it downloaded.
What's that? Your laptop is Mac OS or Windows?
Mac.
Mac. So I think you have terminal, right? Is it terminal?
I don't know what that means.
So you have that white terminal. Command prompt something.
Yes, I do have command.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm sorry, what?
You open up that.
On my console?
On your laptop, not console, laptop.
Yes, and I open it, and then what?
You have installed this software.
Yes, I have it installed.
Perfect. And if you can run the command AWS space CLI.
Okay.
You got the terminal, right? The command.
Just give me 1 second. Sorry.
Or you can share your screen.
I see. Yeah, perfect. Merab, if you can share the screen, someone can help you.
I just need an administrator password. 1 second. So can I do it in a little bit? I don't have the, because I'm on a different account.
Take it. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Ahmed, Tabir, are we good on the AWS account?
I'm in the process of it.
Ahmed, good?
I still in the process.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it will take maybe 4 or 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it will charge you $1. It's free of cost, but it will be 1 year, up to 1 year, or $200 credit. But nowadays, Amazon is sending you the bill $10, $5, $20 sometimes. So we need to call them to get reimbursed. Okay, get your student ID from Genai, and if you have any bill to Amazon, $5-10 in a month or 2 months time, and you can actually get reimbursed by using this student ID.
Actually, shall be some students leave their resources undeleted in their account. So whenever you create a resource, please make sure you delete it.
Correct.
Even if it is a storage bucket, you do not have any data in the bucket, still it is a good practice to delete it.
Exactly.
I remember when I was learning, so I created my EC2. I stopped at EC2. I deleted the EC2, but still I got charged. And then I investigated, I came to know that my storage hard drive that attached to EC2 wasn't deleted. So I got the bill. But that was I created a sport ticket and AWS.
So what happens is, I can answer this question. There's a logic behind why they didn't delete everything. When you create EC2, you create a logical volume, volume groups, right? So you create volume groups where you put your data. So Amazon don't touch your data. So when you delete the EC2, you delete the machine, but you did not delete the volume, root volume or volume groups. So the data is still there, and what they assume, Amazon assume that you may need this data, right? Because they can't touch your data. So that's why they keep it for a volume group. So if you go to console and you try to run a volume group or volumes in your console, and you can see there's a lot of volume IDs are sitting there in your account. So clean those, delete those. You can only delete that. Amazon will not able to delete that. As long as that volume group or the data is sitting in your account, you will be get charged. It's minimal though, but you will be get charged. So when you when you delete your resource, you need to delete cleanly.
Yeah,
So
and actually, it is very helpful too when we are working on production level. So accidentally, if you delete your EC2, your data doesn't delete.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, it's quite helpful on production level.
yeah. You need a step to do that. You need a one extra step to do that,
Yeah,
which is good. Is not because of because of your you know not a good habit, but it's they will keep it purposely.
yeah.
When they ask us like about the how do you plan to use AWS, we choose personal
For
or business.
learning purpose, for learning,
For learning. I can't say
student learning,
business
for
for work.
testing. Yeah,
Or I have business for you for your work, school, or organization.
school.
And business and school or organization, they are at the same like choice button. So I choose the first one
Yeah, choose the school one where the learning, not the business.
because here I have two choices: either business included for your work, school, or organization, or personal for your own project.
You can use personal.
Okay,
Here you
personal.
can use personal because this is individual.
Okay.
Sir, Suman.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we have to run all the commands in the CLI or just the version till the version 1?
You have to run the version to check if it is installed. Just type the version command AWS hyphen hyphen version.
Yes, that is installed.
Yeah,
So
good
you
then.
keep moving. You keep moving, right? Suman, you are asking them to get to until there, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
To the end of the document.
No, it's not under the document. Further, you can look at that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once most of the students have installed, then I will show you how we can create user in IAM and attach that user to the CLI.
Correct.
All right. So
Whoever asks is Asif. if you can type AWS space configure, or no, sorry, AWS space CLI, what response you get?
Yes, sir. It's giving me different parameters.
What is giving you? Can you chat on the group? Please. So, Suman, if you open the document, it is version. After version,
Yeah.
we
This
need, yes,
shows the version.
yeah. If you go version means they are good with the installation, but no, we need to configure. Thank you, Suman. Yeah.
It will show you the versions like this, but version can be changed because it will be a latest version, something around
If
87.
you don't see AWS version, you need to close your CMD and activate again. Yeah.
Salman,
Yes.
Yes, Muskan.
I've installed the AWS command line and there's an option of finish. May
All
I finish
right.
it?
Yeah, you can finish and open your command prompt.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Suman. Thank you, Suman. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
You can
Everybody is
just
working. Yeah, if they have problem, they can fix. Right now, we have 45 minutes, so at least they will be good. Then we can give them some homework about AWS command, or maybe we can give them, you know, putting some files into S3. I know it slow down your teaching. Maybe Yasser, Fatima, and a couple of guys will be a little bit bored today, but it should be fine. Yeah.
Sorry for the support plan. I choose the basic one.
Yes.
Okay.
Manur, you're good.
Yes, sir.
And you are good with AWS CLI.
Yes, sir. I have downloaded, and there comes a option of the prompt. I want to know what we should do after the command prompt.
Okay. Did you run AWS hyphen version?
Uh, no, sir. I have not done that.
you have to run this command. Yeah, you can see in the screen AWS-F version, and it will show you the installed version and the Python in your computer. If you don't see this, then you have to recheck or close your command prompt and open it again.
What is the previous command, Suman, on the step 2? Yeah. Step 1 is install. Step 2 is execute this following command.
I think it is to all right. It is to open the CLI installer.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
command is to open the
If
CLI.
they do not have, after installation finish, they need to run this, then it will go to configure it. I mean, if they can execute for students who are new, once it finish, it's over. They will thinking, okay, it's done. They will not configure it. So this step 2 is configuring.
Yeah, I would like to suggest something about the configuration is very important. I don't know if, for instance, like 90% of the students are on the same page. We can go for this one is very good one. We can go together here.
Yeah, no problem. That's our lab work. Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting, Suman, and he accepting my request, which slow down his progress, but I want everybody to feel something, and this is when you scratch your head and you go through, you will face some questions. So we are here to help you, and this is the background platform you need it, right? So once we set up this one, then later on we can just run a little bit faster. Yeah. Guys, if you have some issues, don't stuck there and wait. Ask those questions here in this platform. Yeah.
Sir, I have installed it, but it isn't showing up. I don't know why.
So who, Muskan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, come to the screen share.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, run this command. I think step 2 is missing. Can you put this step 2 into the chat, Mr. Suman? Yeah. She finished and then she need to run this command. Yeah.
Can you put the link in the WhatsApp group, Saman?
All right.
Thank you, Suman. Yeah.
Sir, may I share the screen or it is
Go
not
ahead.
necessary?
If you want to share, it's fine. If you want to do yourself, it's carry on.
Sir, I'll try with the link, then I'll tell you if there's any complication.
Show the screen. Other people will get benefit of it.
Okay, sir.
Suman, just walk on.
Hashim and Rusa, you raised your hand. Do you have any issue? Sure, Rusa.
Yes, I am facing an issue in step 2. So can I share my screen so you can check it?
All right. Go ahead. Rusa, are you sharing your screen?
So sorry, I have some issue in my laptop. I can fix it so I can share you.
No worries. Yes, Ahmed.
Thank you, sir. So after installing the CLI, we should create some users or
After installing the CLI, you should test it on the version. Have you tested the
Yes, yes,
installation. So
yes.
it is in, yeah. After that, we will configure it with our AWS account. To
Okay.
do that, we have to create the user in IAM, and then we will create the credentials, and then we will connect it with the AWS CLI.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see. So you have installed the that software, CLI software.
Yes.
So open your CMD. Just type AWS space hyphen version. Press enter. Oh yeah, you're done. Your CLI has been installed.
You had a typo in earlier command. There was no space. It has to be space after AWS.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Anwar.
Thank you so much.
And I think step 2 is not required if you're downloading from the website directly.
Yeah, this is for the installation. If you are downloading from the link, you do not need this step. But it is better you can even perform this step.
Okay. Thank you.
But it is not compulsory.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a quick question about the CLI. Can we have like two different users or accessing the CLI the same?
Yeah, you can add multiple users. You can configure multiple your AWS user with the same CLI.
And the name that we choose here, it is not the same name as we have like the username for the free tier account, right? Name can be the same.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't understand your question.
Like the user that we are going to create and connect to the CLI, the name that we choose here, it doesn't matter. It can be any name. Because I see your example, you have a Genai AI admin. Can we choose the same thing? It's not big deal because the password is different anyway.
You can keep it till the installation, and I will show you how to configure it.
All right. So I'm waiting at the config. I'm waiting over there. I have a WAS and the config. I'm waiting. Thank you.
Yeah. I will show you. First, I will create a user in IAM, and then I will show you how you can connect. Ahmed and Rusa, you guys have question?
Yes, sir. I am done with step 3. Can I
Mhm.
go ahead?
Uh, you can go ahead, but we all are waiting on this step. So
Oh,
once all the
okay.
students have installed the CLI, we can then configure it with the account.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
All right, no worries. Uh, who's next? Marab Jangir raised hand. Marab, do you have a question?
Yes, I can't install C. I can't install it on my laptop right now because I need a password for an administrator, and I have to reset my laptop for that. So, is it okay if I have it installed by the next class? Because I followed all the steps, and I just can't. I need to reset my laptop and use a different one to do it.
No, no worries. You can, if you have learned the steps, you can perform it whenever you want in the whole week.
Okay, thank you.
Ramzan, you have a question?
No, sorry, sir.
All right. Asif? Yes, Asif.
Yes, sir. Sir, the link you have sent, I clicked that link and I'm on the page of AWS Amazon.com. From there, I have download the file 64-bit Windows installer file. And
Okay.
when I'm trying to install it or click it, a dialog box appears with two options: get app from the store or change my app recommendation settings. And if I go on the app store, I don't find that CLI software on that store.
Can you share your screen?
How can I share? I am looking for
Just
that. Where is the tab to share?
in the bottom, where is there in your Meet screen, you will see buttons in the bottom.
Or
Just
at the bottom, yes.
yeah, just next to the before the raise hand button, you will see present button.
More options.
No, no, before that raise hand button. Are you seeing the present button?
Oh yeah, yes. Present now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just click on that button and share your screen.
Okay, select a tab to share.
Yeah. Yeah, or you can select your entire screen.
Entire screen. Okay, okay. Thank you. Yes. Okay.
So, man, if you can check the chat channel as well.
Okay.
Now here is the
Yeah,
command, and this is the file. When I click on it, this dialog box appears. One thing more that I'm using Windows 11 Student Edition.
Yeah, go get an app from the store. So you are using
App
open
from
source
the
laptop.
store.
Yeah. You need
Okay,
to
I click
enable. You need to enable that, Asif. You need to enable the application which helps you to install, because your laptop is not standard laptop.
right.
So you can't install any application other than you enable the application. So there's an application here. You can just check the Google and then get that enable the apps. So I had this lot of problem with my students. So you have the same problem.
Can you open and click on the recommended setting in the next option? Just rerun that app.
Recommended settings.
I mean, just
The
close
second
the,
option.
yeah, the second option. Just yeah, this one change my
app recommendation settings.
Yeah.
I click it.
Correct. Here you need to enable something else. Correct.
Okay, and just search AWS.
AWS. AWS.
Or just search, remove it and search CLI.
I think that's
no. This is the installed apps.
correct.
Yeah, these are the
He has not installed yet.
Yeah, he hasn't
He has
installed
just
yet.
downloaded.
Yes, I have not installed. I have just downloaded. It's not installing. When I try to install it, that dialog box is there.
Yeah. So Suman, he has not installed yet. So
Yeah.
he want to just add one feature here. Yes, he's somewhere correct. System component. Click on system component. On the arrow on the system component. Yes, this one. Click on the arrow on the right hand side.
Okay.
Somewhere there is enable button. That's all.
Or
scroll down.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know this woman. He has to set up that. What is the error you're getting? You're not getting error. It'll take you to the apps, right? You go back one step on the systems.
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
Systems. Yeah. Click on the systems.
Click on the system. Okay, I
advanced settings. You have advanced settings.
Advanced settings at the bottom. Where are the advanced settings? Nearby.
1 second. Get me on screen.
Or you can also try running it as administrator. Let's see if it works. Just can you go back to that downloaded file?
Okay.
Just right click it.
Right click it or
right click.
Right click.
Or okay. Show more options in the bottom.
More options. Okay.
Okay. Repair, uninstall, or Open with, okay. Uh, there's no option to run it as administrator. So your
No, it's not. It's not the permission. It's his laptop does not allow any installation without enabling the advanced setting in the application. So this lab is a special laptop.
or maybe I think there is an issue with the Windows version. It is not pro window, it's just a student window.
Yes, actually, you're right. I have discussed it with my brother, who is a computer engineer. He has told me that I has to install some patch or something, some kind of thing that can help me to download or to install any other software other than the Play Store or the Microsoft Store. But unfortunately, I wipe out that message in which he has told me the procedure how to do it.
Okay.
Or
Give me 5 minutes. I get you. Don't worry. I know the problem. Give me 2 to 3 minutes. I'll get you the steps.
he has told me that maybe I have to upgrade it to professional version or something like that.
Yeah,
To
pro version of Windows.
pro version maybe. And he has also sent me the procedure, but unfortunately I wipe out that message. But I can ask him to send it again.
Okay.
But obviously it will take some time, like this time he is in America, and that's 10 o'clock, 11, 12. I mean, he will be in the office. Maybe.
Can you please click on install to show the error again? Install.
Okay.
Have your trying to install it into Microsoft.
I have clicked to install, and this dialog box is again in front of me.
Yeah, go ahead. Asif, I'm looking into your steps. Yeah. You need to run 2 to 3 steps. You will be fine. Just give me 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay. One other thing that I want to
One
ask,
second.
sir.
I'll say 1 second. Someone,
Okay,
can you see the screen? Can you see the messages? Fatma sent some message.
Let me check the messages.
Yeah. So can you please answer those?
Yeah. After this, can we go over the knowledge? Yeah, Fatma, sure. Uh, uh, should we do it now or just after the class? What you suggest, Shadbhai?
While people are installing,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we can start now. It will take 10 minutes. Yeah. So because others are installing anyway. So people who are new, they are installing, but the people who has the previous class, they can answer those questions.
So we should go to the.
So there's one more hand raised. I think it's Manur. Manur.
Yes, sir. I want to ask the question.
Go
Can I
ahead.
ask?
Yes, please.
Sir, actually, I'm facing problem in the configuration where they demand me the access key ID. Can you please guide me further?
You ran AWS configure already, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, don't go
If
there yet. You are advanced. You are done. So that someone will explain to you how to create access key and secret key. So
okay,
Suman,
sir. Thank you
yeah,
so much.
yeah, I'll get you done
Okay.
that one, no problem. So Suman, can you quickly walk through that quiz for 5 minutes, and then let's start AWS configure. So at least we can configure AWS CLI today. Yeah,
Okay.
Okay. Thank you
Sure.
so much for the guidance, sir.
Sure.
no problem.
Sure. So you can see my screen. Once we run it, we stop there for now. Yes, Tabir, you can stop here now. Just
Good
have.
job. Good job, Tabir. Good job. Yeah, you are reached there. Then someone will
Yeah.
take you from there. Yeah,
All
just give
right.
him 5 more minutes.
Okay. So, Asif, can you stop your presenting your screen?
Right, sir.
Just okay. So you can see my screen. Just let me open that quiz link. So these are the question.
You are not sharing. We can see anything.
You can't. Okay, I can share that again.
No, your screen is not visible.
Okay, I'm sharing again. Okay. So the first question is, what are the benefits of using cloud computing? Cost efficiency, scalability, flexibility, no disaster recovery, automatic updates, or all of above. So should I explain this question, or should I let the students answer this question?
No, ask student.
Ask student.
Particularly
Okay, okay.
senior people.
Yeah.
I can tell you the name.
All
Either
right.
Kashif,
Yeah.
Yasir, Fatima, Asif,
So
Shahir, Mamadou.
I can answer.
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be all the above.
No, think
Think
again.
about it. Think about it. No, the answer is not correct. Think about
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
Mamadou.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I
Kashif,
can
No
go one by
disaster
one. I can go
recovery.
one by one. I can go one by one to tell you. For instance,
Mamadou, let's try others. Then we can go one by one.
Okay,
Yeah, Kashif.
I'm sharing the link in the chat. So somebody asked. Okay. Okay. So who will answer this question? All right. Yes, sir.
Kashif.
Kashif.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you try
Scalability.
Kashif? Yasir, please hold on.
Okay.
Scalability.
So can you answer? Is it all of the above? Is which one is the best describes about cloud computing?
You can scalability like you can modify according to your needs. So you can scale
Kashif,
up and
you need to tell us the option. Which one?
the second one.
Only second one?
Can be all of the above.
So what is your answer?
It can be cost efficient because you don't need to put a lot of resources like building and infrastructure, everything. That can be that, and flexibility can be.
No,
You
Kashif,
can flex.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, it can be all of
You're
above.
guessing it. You're guessing it. Okay. So
No,
Yasir,
all of above.
all above.
You
Okay.
do.
Your answer is all above. Okay. Which
All
is
of
wrong.
above.
Which is wrong. Yasir, go ahead.
It should be all of the things except the no disaster recovery. There is a disaster recovery.
Very good.
Yes.
So it will be fun to cost efficiency, scalability, flexibility, and automatic updates. But it does provide the disaster recovery. So that one is incorrect.
Perfect. Mamadou, you got the answer?
Yeah, I didn't even read. I didn't see that one. Yes, I got it.
That's a small no, make a difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Right.
All right. Good job, Yasir. Good job. Good job, Mamadou. Everybody. Yeah.
So next question, what is the primary benefit of using cloud computing services? Higher hardware maintenance costs, limited access to data, scalability and cost efficiency, lower software updates. So
Who
uh,
wants to answer?
who will answer? Ahmed has raised his hand. Okay, go, Ahmed, please go ahead.
I will answer with C.
Answer
C.
C. Okay,
All
wait a
right.
minute. Wait a
Wait,
minute.
wait.
Anybody else?
Anybody?
Yeah. Suman, go ahead. Sorry. Anybody else want to try? Kashif?
Yeah, I see. I agree with that.
C. Okay,
Scalability and
good.
cost efficiency.
Fatima?
Yes, Rashad, I did see as well.
C. Very good, Fatima.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shahir?
Yeah, I agree with them for scalability and cost efficiency.
Perfect. Yasir?
Yeah, same. C.
Okay, Suman, no answer. Your answer.
Yes, the answer is C, because the scalability and cost efficiency are the one of the major benefit of the cloud computing. So all the other options are not visible, just like a slower software update. No, this is not correct option. Higher hardware maintenance cost. No, we do not have to pay for the maintenance of any hardware involved in AWS in the cloud. Limited access to data. No, we have all the access to the data. So the scalability and the cost efficiency is the perfect, is the correct option.
Perfect. Perfect. Good.
So next question. What are the different types of cloud computing? Actually, we discovered these in the previous lecture. So can anybody answer? Which, okay.
Yeah. Let's ask Muskan or Mahanur. Those also was last time. Or Asif or Asif Iqbal. Anybody want to participate, please?
All of the above. All of
Sir,
the
it's likely all of the above.
All of the above.
all
Wow.
of the
Wow.
above.
All of the above. Oh, really? What are the different types of the cloud computing? So, Suman, I can't see. So you can go ahead, please. Is it correct?
Y- Yep. Actually, these all of above is the correct option. We discussed there are three type of services of cloud computing. We can provide infrastructure as a service. We can provide platform as a service. We can provide software as a service. We discussed that in the we have an example of computer in the cloud, that AWS is our infrastructure as a service. It provides us services like computer that we can use as a service. In the platform as a service, it is mainly for the developers. It provides us a platform, pre-developed, pre-configured platform where developers can come and code. So it is also type of cloud computing. And then software as a service, we have companies like Salesforce, like Microsoft 365. They provide a software as a service to the end users. We do not have to manage the infrastructure. We do not have to write any code. We can just use their service as a software. So all the options are correct.
Very good, Suman. Thank you for explaining it. Yes.
So the next question, what is a common security concern associated with cloud computing? Muskan raise her hand. Go ahead, Muskan.
Data breaches and unauthorized access.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yasir say the same thing. Fatima, Kashif say the same thing. Shahir said the same thing. Akib said the same thing.
So most of the students are going with the C option. So yes, that option is correct. Actually, if we, what is a common security concern associated with cloud computing? So lack of internet connectivity is not our issue. AWS manages all the internet hardwares, all the internet taking from internet providers. They have their own internet providers. So we do not have any issue about connectivity. Overheating of local servers, no, we do not manage this. AWS has a responsibility for managing their hardwares, their servers. So this is not our concern. Inability to scale resources, no. AWS, in AWS we have the ability to scale resources as per our need. So the correct option is data breaches and unauthorized access. If we do not manage our IAM correctly, if we do not enable the MFA, multi-factor authorization, if we do not follow the best practices of IAM, our data can be breached, we can have unauthorized access. So this is the correct option.
Good job, Suman. Very good. Good explanation.
Next question. What does SaaS stand for? Marab raised her hand. So go ahead, Marab.
Is it A, software as a service?
Very
Okay.
good. Very good. Myra started with us today. Yeah. Okay. Good question. Good answer. Anybody else have different answer?
All right.
I think also it's same answer, A, software as a service.
Asif Iqbal is there?
Sir, for the question, what does SSS stands for?
Yes.
It's software as a service.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Asif.
Okay. Mamadou, you raise your hand. You have a question?
No, I have the same. The same. It's a software as service.
Yes, that's a
Something.
correct answer. So
good question. Good explanation, Suman. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So next question, I think this. Okay. Question number 4. Which of the following is an example of public cloud service provider? Scan. Go ahead.
It's AWS, Amazon Web Services.
Oh, very good. Very good. Well, answer is good. I don't know if it's correct or not. Good answer.
Yep. So anybody else? Please read the question carefully, or maybe I should add another option. So basically, so all the options are correct. So this question is to make you guys confused. Basically, these all are the public cloud providers. Oracle also provide their public cloud. IBM also provide cloud. VMware even provide their cloud services. Actually, VMware is mostly used for private cloud. We can make virtual machines, but nowadays VMware is also providing online virtualization. So basically, all these are the public cloud service provider. But yeah, AWS is the leading and the most biggest cloud service provider.
Yes, correct. You're right, Suman. Very, very right. There are 3 major public clouds, common or popular. You can say that there are 3: Google, Azure, and AWS. But someone is perfectly right. Yeah. So except VMware is the technology. Other than that, pretty much IBM also has their public cloud. Oracle also has public cloud, but it's not popular actually.
Yeah. So
A quick
we
question
have
about the questions.
sorry.
Yeah, I have a quick question about the questions.
All right, go
For
go.
instance, if you give us this like a test, the bullet point, is it supposed to be radio buttons, or it is something that you need to like a selection? It can be selection or radio, because when you
Yeah.
have the circle, it is only one option.
Yeah. So
You can
Mamadou,
choose.
this is a knowledge test only. You're right.
Okay.
Then we'll send you the quiz. You will receive a quiz in your email. Then we'll put the right radio button, whether it's one answer or two answer or multiple answer.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I have
Suman,
another quiz that I
Suman,
will send you in
yeah.
the chat.
So Tabir has a very good point. So sorry, Tabir, pointing out the question number 1 was asking different, but answer is different. So if you can go through the question number 1, I think it's our mistake or maybe our typo. If you go to the question number 1, please. She's pointing that in the question it's a she has written in the chat channel too.
Actually, this
Kabir,
question,
the first question for us only asks for one answer, not multiple choice. So,
actually,
yeah.
Kabir, when you will attempt cloud AWS cloud practitioner exam, they will have multiple options to select. So we just copied their style because it will ask multiple questions and it will have multiple options will be your answer.
Yeah, I know that. It's just for the question, it only like I understand that in the other tests it might be multiple choice, but for the question in this quiz thing, it only asks for one answer instead of multiple choice for how you asked in the meet.
Is that somewhere mentioned, Tabir? One answer?
Yeah, so you guys asked what you guys said that the answers were that there were more than one answers, but on the question it only asks for one answer. It doesn't allow you to choose multiple choice. That's all I was saying.
I see. So now may give you one tip to everybody. When say what are mean plural, right? So it means it's not one. So it will be many benefits. So maybe you can pick up from there. But okay, I got you. Most of the time they ask only one answer. But as Suman saying in AWS exam, they give you similar kind of multiple answer, and they wanted you to pick up multiple answer, not one answer. So in that sense, this question may go into that one.
Yeah, understanding question is also part of exam.
Yes.
So we have to be very careful.
No, I thought we have a typo, but actually it's not actually.
Yeah. All right. So I
We
think
just pasted one question to everybody and see if anybody wants to answer. Sorry, if somebody can answer that, particularly the even other than Yasser, anybody can give a try.
Hybrid.
Very good. Very good.
That's just a guess. I'm not so sure.
Okay, so no problem. Suman can explain that. Suman, if you can explain what is private, what is public, what is hybrid. Otherwise, I can do that.
Public cloud are actually accessible to anyone. Any company can any company can have their resources, can hire their resources through the internet using public cloud. In the private cloud, you do not hire any resource through the internet. You have your own data center and you manage your own cloud. So in the hybrid cloud, actually it is a combination of both public and private cloud. Public cloud we have the major public clouds like AWS, Azure, and GCP. They are providing their service through the internet. We can anyone, even a small organization, even a bigger organization, can can hire their resources for pay as you go basis. But in the private cloud, companies manage their own cloud and their own premises. So hybrid cloud is actually the combination of both.
Partially public, partially private.
Yeah.
So it's combination of both is a hybrid cloud. Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. that was a good knowledge check, and I think it opened up your little bit brain. But we will have that every class knowledge check and assignment. Suman is also will help you to achieve at least one certification on AWS, which will be I'm not sure Suman what Suman has in his mind, but he will get you one certification readiness as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we must attend a cloud practitioner certification. It is for the beginners. So once you have understanding of all the basics concepts, all the services, especially that core concepts like the deployment models, like IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, and then the public cloud, private. If you have core concepts of clouds and basics understanding of knowledge, you can all attempt AWS cloud practitioner exam. So I'm sure you will be perform good there.
Perfect. I think, Suman, we are over the clock, 8 minutes. So if you quickly take 4 or 5 minutes to show them the AWS configure, so at least they can create the user, then they can create the access key, secret key, and configure the AWS configure. So at least they can see AWS CLI in their laptops. If you can go a little bit slow, that would be great. Yeah. Thank you. And you can enlarge your screen. Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
I can see. We can see, I guess.
All right. So first, to configure IAM, we have to create a user. We will grant user a policy. So first, we will create a user. For all the user groups, policy creation, we have a one service that we studied today, and this is IAM. We will go first, we can click here, or we can go to the services, we can go to the categories. These are the categories of all the services. From here we can select IAM. So we go to that service.
Even making so far difficult, look at the search tab button called search. Just type IAM.
Yeah, I'm just telling they have a categories of all the services here.
Very good, very good. Okay.
All right. Okay. So from there you can create user groups, you can create users, you can create roles, you can create policies. We studied all this, covered all this topic in today's lecture. First, we will create a user. We need this user to access CLI. And it's also a good practice to create a user whenever you create account, because it is a not good practice.
One second, sorry, Suman, interrupt again. Sorry. Guys, do you have access to your AWS portal in admin console? Have you logged in? Have you seen the screen in your laptops? Yes. Okay. So good, Suman. Sorry. Yeah.
All right. No worries. So here, first step, when you create account, you get your root access. We do not use root access for managing your account. It is not a recommended practice. So always create create a user, and then you can assign admin policy to that user. So first, you can let's say we test Genai. This is the name. We will provide this user access to the management console, so the user can also access this console. We have an option to auto generate password, or we can create a custom password. So I will use the auto generated password. And then this is the option. If we check this option, user must have to change the password after the first sign in. So by default this option is checked. Okay. Now we have to set permission for this user. We can add user to a group. We already have a one group. We can assign user to a group, or we can copy permission, or we can attach policy. So if we click here, we studied the policy. So there are all the AWS managed policy. You can see we have hundreds of policy, but there are here it is showing the common policy, but we have a lot of policies. So if we type admin, you can see we got the admin policy. If we add this policy to the user, then user will have permission to do all the administrator tasks. So this is how we can attach policies. This is how we can add users, let's suppose if I check this option, the user will be add to that group. If we want to attach policy, we can attach policy directly from here. You can see there are lots of policies. For example, if we search database, we will get policies related to the database, like database administrator, read. These are all kind of, you can go through their documentation, or you just click here plus button and it will give you the brief. This policy is used to read EC2 access. If I give you an admin, if I click, you can see provide full access to AWS services and resources. I can attach my user. You should also attach this to your first user, because you will log in from that user. Okay, so I attach this policy and I click next. All right, so my user has a policy attached called administrator access. There is an also another policy that automatically attach, it is change password. So my user also has permission to change their password. You remember in the first page we click check the button to change the password. So this AWS automatically attach another policy to that user. So right now this user has two attached policies. Create. So now our user has created, this is the link of the portal, this is the username, and this is the password. I will show you to log in. So this is the link to console. Okay, so it is asking me for a username and the password. I already have the username and I already have the password. So I will provide my username and I will copy my password. You can also save these in the download. And there is one student, I think Asif, asked the question, how can I send this detail to the user? So this is the option. If we click this, we can email all these credentials to the user directly. So I think there is an internet issue, it is not opening right now. All right, it was opening in another screen. So yeah, you can see here I can directly email the credentials. Yeah, you can see the username, URL, password, username has been written. Now I will type the user email and send the credentials to the user. All right. Yeah, just let me.
Don't send your credential to anybody. It's for you.
Yep. Yeah. Just send to the user that you created the account for. All right. Just type the password here. And
here you go.
All right, since I checked the option to change the password, now it is asking me to change the password. So first I will enter the old password and I can keep a new password.
When you go to organization, they normally give you this option because administrator created your username and password, but you should not share with even administrator. So you will get this prompt first time only, and then you can set up your own account, your own username and password. Yeah. Not username, only password. Yeah. Yeah. So
I think
that might be a issue because you log in already from root. Maybe the policy.
I was just adding, just actually, I was just adding a simple word, Pakistan. So we shouldn't give such passwords. We always use a complicated password with characters, special characters, and alphabets. AWS doesn't accept such. All right. So right now I am logging as a test. You can see I am logging as a test Gen AI, not as a Soman. So this is, I created a user and I provided this user our AWS console access. By default, it took me to the Europe region. I can go back to the Virginia region if I want to.
Yeah, for example, if you want to give access to your brother or your sister or anybody in your family from your AWS account, you can create a user like this and then give him access. So he can using your account actually.
So now let's go back to that the AWS CMD.
Sir, what is the purpose of region?
Okay, so go ahead.
You can go ahead, sir.
Yeah, when this public cloud is being established, so they build their data center in different regions. So to accommodate all the users across the region. For example, in United States, AWS has 3 or 4 region in US. One is East, Northeast, which is Virginia, where they build the building called data center. And then they have Ohio, they have Portland, West, Northwest, and California. So they have 5 regions. Within the region, they build 2 to 3 buildings. They called it availability zone. Okay. So if you can see the lecture previous class, this was discussed very in detail. So you can go through the recording to get more. Otherwise, this is a simple definition. Yeah.
Okay,
right.
thank you.
So if I show you, AWS is already installed, ACLI is installed. So I will run the configure command.
Everybody has this, you reach to this place, right?
Yes.
If you're not, let me know later or let know Muskan. Otherwise, you can just follow what someone is doing here. This is important command, AWS configure. Yeah, go ahead.
I press it, it is asking me for access key ID. So for that, I have to create a user, which I have already created, test gen AI user. And then I will go, I have to generate access key ID. So for that, I will go to the IAM.
Go to the user.
Yes, I will go to the users. And then here is the test gen AI user that I created. Then you can here you can see the permissions assigned to this user. You can see groups assigned to this permission. You can see tags assigned to this permission, and then you can see security credentials. Here you can assign, you can enable MFA. It is a good practice, and you can also create access key. So we will create access key. It is asking for the use case. So these are the use case. So the first one is our use case, command line interface. Okay. So it is asking me for the tag, which is optional. I can skip, or I can just type for CLI. We will discuss tag in later lectures. Tag is a very important when we have to do billing or organizing. So we keep tags with all the resources. Okay, so you can see access key and secret access key has been generated. If you lose or forget your access key, you cannot retrieve it again. So it is better to download the CSV file with the key, or you can save it in, you can, I have downloaded my key, or you can save it somewhere secure, but do not lose it. Or if you lose it, you can regenerate it. So I will copy my access key from here, and then I will paste my access key here. Now it is asking for secret access key, which is also generated here. So I will copy and I will paste here, and then I go. So it is asking me for the default region name. I can select multiple regions here, Europe. So by default, I will go with the East US region. Now it is asking me for the output format. By default, the output format is in JSON format. So I will just press enter. Done. So now my CLI has been configured, and now I can type any command that I want to perform. Here I will share with you the cheat command list where you can go and check all the, I mean, you can also see the commands. So I will run some basic commands. So I told you the syntax of the command. So first we always start the CLI command with AWS. Okay, and then we write the service that we want to interact with, for example S3 or example EC2 or whatever. In this case we are going to interact with IAM. I'm going to show you the list, the all the users that are available in the account. So then after writing this, I have to write my operation that I want to perform. So my operation is list users. Don't worry about the syntax. You do not have to memorize all these. You can always keep a sheet or of all the commands with you. When I press enter, it listed all the users in my account. Right now I have I have a Genai admin user, I have a Python user, trainer user, and I have a more. If I go more, okay, I have a Suman cloud user, actually, and then I have a test Genai user. You see it listed all the users that are available. Instead of going there, then going to IAM, and then going to user and repeating this step multiple times a day, by just start typing a few words, I can perform this action. So this is just a one example. Consider when you have to perform multiple tasks on the cloud same day. For example, you want to create EC2, you have to follow the procedure. Instead, you write the command once, type this command, and you get your work done in few minutes. I will share with you some more command syntax here. If I can see, we can even create user direct from the command. Right now, I will show you a command to list all the EC2 bucket, S3 buckets that I have. So in the next lecture, we will cover S3 storage service. So you will understand then better. But first, as a practice, we will write AWS. Then we will write the name of service that we want to interact. In this case, we are going to interact with S3. S3 is the name of service that we use to store data. And then we have to list the operation that we want to perform. We want to perform list operation, which is called LS. I press enter, and it shows me I have these buckets. I have this Itchy storage, Somi testing, Visa bucket. These are the my buckets. Let me show you exact this process in the AWS console. I will go to the AWS. I will go there. I will type S3. I will go into my S3. I will go. You can see same buckets that I can see by just typing few words. I can create a bucket here. I can delete the bucket. I can upload file into the bucket. I can download file. I can even list the files in the bucket. I can let me show you some quick way to how can we see the file. If I go to this bucket, you can see I have one file. It is a practitioner exam preparation book in this bucket. So there is the this is the name. So let me do this exact in the AWS. So always start with AWS, then the name of service S3, and then I will write the operation that we want to perform. I want to perform ls does show the buckets, and then I will write the name of the bucket. This is the format, or you can say the syntax, and then I type the name of the bucket. Testing, let me make sure. Yes, so I provide the syntax to list all the files in my SOMI testing bucket. I press enter. You can see it show me that I have a one PDF file which I uploaded on 7th July 6th. So I think we can also delete, even we can delete the file, we can download the file, and we can do every action through the CLI. I will share with you the command list. You can read the command so you can get the better understanding of this. Any question or any confusion?
Yeah, I have a question.
All right.
I have a free tier, like creating another user for the purpose of CLI is not going to be a problem with the billing if I have a free tier.
Yeah, CLI is absolutely free. I mean, not the action that you perform, but CLI doesn't cost you extra for using it. You can either use console or you can use CLI, but CLI is basically most for the advanced users. For all you beginners, you have it is totally fine if you stick with the console, this console, GUI console. But as a part of the concept, so we also gave you concept of the backdoor CLI. Ramzan,
So
go.
for the second user that
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah.
create, I mean the user, it is not going to cost me anything, right? That's what I'm trying to say here.
Yep. User doesn't
Okay.
cost you. The resources that user use will cost you. Okay, Asif.
Yes, sir. As you are running this command on a command line, so which user is running this command? Because the AWS is already configured on command line. So how will we know that these commands are running by a specific user or by a root? Thank you.
Actually, when I run the AWS configure command, I gave the access key ID of that specific user. I gave the access key ID. I generated the access key ID in the test gen AI user. So this CLI is configured to that user. There is there is a command to check if let me make sure. I think it is something like configure list. AWS configure list. So it is showing me that this is the access key and this is the secret key and this is the region. So this is access key that I use ending with JBZA belongs to test gen AI user. If I add the access key of, for example, another user, so this CLI will be connected to that user. Got it?
So it's mean we cannot identify the user by running any of the command. It will just show the access key or the secret key. That's how we
Yes.
have to figure it out. Because the thing is that if you know that in Linux we do SSH and it just mention the username and then the server we are trying to access or just running the commands.
Actually, there is there is a way that you can name that profile. I mean, this configure profile you can you can assign the name, but there is no command to see the username of the login profile. But you can name the profile. For example, you can name this profile one. If you add another user, you can also name that profile two. So yeah.
So it's mean anyone can run these commands. We can run as an admin or as an root. Then there is no need of create like accessing the CLI side of AWS?
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand your question.
I mean, like if we have admin access to this command line or root
Yes.
access to command line AWS, so there is no regular account needed to run this command. Then we can run
Yeah,
these.
you can even attach your root user with the CLI, but it is not a good practice. You must always create another user and create the key from that user.
So if any user delete remove any files by mistakenly, how we would know that what user have removed the files from the system?
Actually, for every action in AWS, you can have audit these all the action in the CloudWatch. So you have to configure CloudWatch, and there you can see the logs, who is performing what action. So
So you mean
similarly,
in the cloud, sorry. So in the CloudWatch, we can see the user who logged in into the server or who is running the command, or it will be just again showing the access key.
Yep. In the cloud, every cloud has tool for monitoring. For example, nowadays we are working with Azure. We are using log analytics. So in that, similarly in AWS, it is CloudWatch. Here, every log is being audited. If you are creating a user, if you are creating a database, you are creating a EC2 server, all your actions are being audited if you enable it.
With the username or with the access keys
with
or
every with ev- Mostly with the username. With
got
the
it.
username, right? I'm sure with the username, it shows the username, it shows the your email, your ID, and it shows what action you performed at what time.
Got it. Got it. Thank you.
Any Ahmed?
Yes, my question was when Mamadou asked about the cost. You said creating another user, it will not cost you anything, but using the resources. I just want to understand that. What does mean the resources, and if you can shed the light on the costs in general of using the AWS, how much it will cost, and those kind of policies, if it's possible.
There is a website called AWS. If you can see my screen, AWS price calculator. If you can see, so this is the website. You should, in the homework, you should explore this website. Here you can create an estimate price of every resource that you want to check. Just click on the estimate, just type the region, just type the service. For example, I create S3, find the service. So here is the S3. Okay, I will click configure. So if I select the standard and select the data, and if I enter the amount of data in GB per month, let's have 500 GB per month. So it will show me the summary. So it will cost me $138 for 12 months if I store estimate amount of $500 or 500 GB data. So by exploring this website, you can have an estimate of every AWS service, because we cannot exactly tell about pricing is something that keeps changing. So it is better to always consult this website for having a accurate estimate of pricing.
This is a Suman. This is a AWS pricing calculator.
Yeah.
When you put up the solution, you put up the end-to-end on the services. Normally, you run this AWS pricing calculator to estimate all this thing. Yeah, this is not a website. I guess it is a part of web-based pricing calculator in AWS. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can access this website. I will share the link of this URL so you can go and explore.
Very good. Good job.
And Ahmed, you have another question?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you.
All right, all right. Next, Marab, you have a question?
Hi, yes. I just want to know exactly how long will this class be every Sunday? Like approximately what time it will end?
Yeah. It's madam. It's on Saturday, not Sunday. It's Saturday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sorry, today we extend the class this 37 minutes, but we'll slowly get into the time 10-15 minutes earlier rather than late. Yeah.
If you do not have any question, we can wind up here, and from the next class we will explore the most services of AWS, the most important S3 service. We will cover this service in detail, and then we will perform hands-on, and then we will also deep dive into S3 using CLI. So and yeah, and most my favorite and most popular service of AWS is the EC2. We will also explore EC2. It is a computer in the cloud. So next lab is going to more technical and more hands-on will be held.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I think we took a lot of time, and people have to take their lunches and breakfast. So they are in 10 o'clock. They're sitting in the front of the laptop. I really appreciate everybody's efforts to learn. I think we can call off. Yeah. If anybody have any question, please put on the chat channel. We will be discussing that. Yeah. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Just perform these steps. I mean, configure your AWS account. If you face any issue, just type in the chat group that we have on WhatsApp. So we will answer your question as whenever possible.
I'm not in the WhatsApp group chat.
You can ask Muskan.
Yes, Mehrab, you are already part of that. If not, I can check and get Muskan to add it. Muskan, can you add Mehrab?
Yes, sir.
So, all right then, guys. Any question or not? Then we can end the session here. Feel free if you have any question.
Thank you, guys. Have a fun and best of the time. Enjoy your weekend. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.